faces from so many different countries, and is very, very nice to have you here. Now you can see me as well, and we welcome at the moment about 45 agents and so more are on paper line. I can see my colleague from Beijing, China, Lina from WEBA.
I wish you a very beautiful day and good morning.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, Lina.
So glad to see you again.
Nice to see you. I hope everything is fine in China.
Yes, everything goes great.
Fantastic.
How about in Switzerland?
Everything is okay over here in Switzerland. Yes. And today we have a great workshop. We will welcome a university from Europe. We will start with the first university, which is EU Business School located in Barcelona. And I can see that another Lina is with us today. Hello, Lina. Good morning to you.
Hello. Good morning, Richard. It's a good pleasure to attend again the WEBA webinar today.
Thank you. Thank you. It's my pleasure. I can see that you bring some of your colleagues as well. Kenneth.
Yes.
Indeed. Hello, Richard. Nice to meet you and everyone who is attending today. Yeah. So I'm based in Switzerland on our Geneva campus, and I'm responsible for Southeast Asia and East Asian countries like Korea, Japan, and Taiwan.
Excellent, excellent. We have some Taiwanese agent with us today, and now we move on as well with the third colleague, Mrs. Chen, as well from EU Business School. Hello, Mrs. Chen.
Hello, Richard. Hello, everyone. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. So, Mrs. Chen, everything is recorded today for your information. So I will send you the recorded workshop to you and as well to all the agents who attend today. And we will do a direct follow-up. So you can use this recorded workshop when you do the follow-up with the agents directly. Thank you, Mrs. Chen. So I will go back to the Lina in Barcelona because we have two different Lina today. So we go back to Lina in Barcelona. Lina, I think that we have now reaching about 40 agents, and I can see that some more are on paper line and try to enter in the system. But you are more than welcome to introduce EU Business School, introduce yourself as well. And welcome to all the Chinese agents who are with us today and all the other agents from Asia, from Europe, and from the rest of the world. So Lina is all yours. You can share the screen now and you can introduce your colleague.
Yes, Richard. So today I will pass the mic to my colleague Kenneth and Ahua to present the school. I will just give a brief introduction. Me and Ms. Chen were in charge of China market, and Kenneth is in charge of the rest of East Asia and Southeast Asia countries. And we hope through this webinar we can connect with more agents. So feel free to leave your WeChat contact. I will be replying your questions in the chat. And without no further delay, I'll pass to Kenneth, please.
Thank you, Lina, and a pleasure to have everyone with us today. I'm really glad we have this chance to share with everyone about EU. So we will spend some time, giving you sort of the gist and overview of EU, our programs, our campuses, and later on, welcome any questions from all of you. Okay, so kicking off, EU Business School, we are a private international business school, that is founded on Swiss values, an international mindset, and a pragmatic approach. For us, our locations are really key as well, because as a business school, it is really important for us not just to offer business programs, but also to be located in places which gives our students the opportunities to connect and network with the business world. So looking at our locations, you will see that we are in Barcelona, Spain. In Switzerland, we have 2 campuses in Geneva and Montreux. And in Germany, we have our Munich campus. Finally, we also have our online campus, which gives students the flexibility from anywhere in the world to join our programs. So you will see that these cities are, many of them very famous tourist destinations, but not only that, also beautiful places, amazing places to live in. So students have the opportunity to live and work in some of the best locations in the world. As I mentioned, these cities are also not only beautiful and great cities to live in, but they are in their own right business centers and hubs as well. So for us as a business school, this is really key because the education that we give to the students, we often call it learning beyond the classroom, which gives them the opportunity not only to learn on campus only, but where we are located, there's every opportunity for them to learn from companies, businesses, through guest speaker visits, through company visits, through conferences, through internships. And after students graduate, again, a very good environment and opportunities for them to stay on for work and internships. So this is really key. And that is why we are located in these cities. Being a multi-campus university, it is also really important to mention that students have the opportunity to do campus transfers. So imagine your student on a 3-year bachelor program, not just needing to choose one location, but having the opportunity to study 1 year in Spain, 1 year in Switzerland, and 1 year in Germany. And following that, having a 1.5-year stay back work visa, for example, in Germany, to continue working there. So imagine that as the overall package and experience that you can offer to your students. That is an amazing European experience, both personally and professionally, that you can offer to your clients.
Kenneth, very
Yes.
interesting, the first introduction about EU Business School. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I want to invite all the agents, if you have any questions during the presentation of Kenneth or Lina, or the other colleague we are here, you can always go on the chat below. As you can see, there is a chat on Zoom and you can type your questions there. So the staff from the EU Business School and the other people who will join on the second stage will be able to reply to you. Kenneth, I have a question, very interesting. You can move from one campus to another campus in Europe, which is great. So that's mean, for all the audience is with us today, they don't need to do another visa. They can use the same visa to move around Europe. Is this correct?
Yes and no, because from your home country, you will apply for the visa to the first destination you're going to. And once you are on campus, you do need to do a switch. But because you are already in the Schengen and you're already studying with the program, it is more an administrative process rather than, whether you can get it or not. So you do not need to return to your home country to apply for the second country, let's put it that way. Yeah, so you do need an average of 1 to 2 months, of this transfer of visa process from one location to another.
Thank you, Kenneth. I always try to talk to the presenter and to express some of the questions that we are getting in and that I get in before in other workshops. So this is why I'm asking this question to you. What about the tuition fee? Will be a different tuition fee if they move from one campus to another, or how this will be worked out?
Very good question, Richard. So we have, tuition fee rates for each campus. So basically, students normally just pay by the semester. So in any case, these campus transfers can only be done, at the end of each semester. You can't do it halfway, through a semester. You need to finish a semester on that campus before you move on to another one. So students simply pay, the rate of that campus for the bachelor or master program.
Sorry to ask you some more questions before that you continue, but people like to hear when I put questions.
Absolutely. This is great for workshop format.
In the UK, there is the post-study work visa. And I know in Switzerland, the post-study work visa is 6 months. When they finish, the student is eligible to stay in Switzerland for an additional 6 months. What about in Germany and in Spain? How is the situation there?
Yeah, maybe I can speak for Germany, and then Ahua or Lina can speak for Spain, since they're based in Barcelona, because they know best. In Munich and Germany, that is where students after graduation, they get 18 months stay back job seeker visa. So it's a much longer period. and it also gives students, more than enough time to latch on to a job in the city, especially in a city like Munich, where there are ample work opportunities, and in fact, they are looking for a lot of international talent. Most of our students who wish to stay actually get opportunities and then continue working. That is why within the network of EU campuses, if the students' focus is, if their priority really is to latch on to a job after graduation, normally, at least for me, when I personally advise students, I will advise them to finish off their studies in Munich, because that gives them a very, very good possibility to, continue with a career and job. So for Barcelona, I'll pass to Lina or Ahua, who can better explain, I believe.
Yes, at here for Barcelona, after students graduate from their bachelor degree, they are already staying in the country for 3 years. So it is much easier for students in the bachelor program transfer directly from a student visa into a working visa. That's the requirement from the let's say immigration or the government office, to stay at least 3 years minimum to get easier to transfer from this student visa to a normal working visa. And in a master or MBA degree, it will be more challenging because usually they offer the 12-month continue staying in the country for the public university when they finishing the official titulo in the country. However, in EU business school, it's still a gray area or something not very clear that we do not tell students they have these 12 months. So we are working more focused more to find job opportunities for those students to directly transfer the visa to a working visa, or sometimes the students looking for continuing programs to extend their visa in the country. Yeah, that's more or less the situation.
Very, very interesting. So ladies and gentlemen, so you have two options. Germany, 18 months, which is excellent, as Kenneth explained, but as well Spain. And I mean, both countries are fantastic. There is absolutely no discussion on this. So let's put it like this one. Either way, maybe the best way will be to start in Switzerland, then move to the site or to Spain or to Munich. But logically, the tuition fee is a little bit different from Spain, Switzerland, and Germany. So this will be Kenneth or Lina or his colleague will explain in a second stage during the presentation. So in the meantime, before to continue, I just want to say hello to one of my oldest agents, which I'm working together since many, many years. And he sent as well students, I presume, in the past to EU Business School, European University. I want to welcome Mr. Otto Nagy from Hungary. Otto, can you hear me?
Yes, hello, Richard. Welcome, everybody.
How are you?
Everything okay, finally?
Yes.
No problem.
Otto is located in Hungary, and he knows very well as well the president of EU Business School, Dr. Dirk Krehn. You met him at least 10 times in the workshop that we had here in Switzerland, Otto.
Yes.
This is the school, as you can see, in the last 25 years, the school become very, very big. How many students, Kenneth, there are at EU Business School in total, more or less, to have an idea at the moment?
Yeah, currently we have around 2,500 students.
Wow.
Across our campuses. So the biggest is in Barcelona, around 1,200. The second largest would be Munich, which is between 700 to 800. And then in Switzerland, we have a combined number of about 400 students on our Swiss campuses.
Yeah, because in Switzerland you have two campuses. One is in Montreux, which is a very nice town of Switzerland. Let's say that the younger students who feel a little bit uncomfortable the first time go out from the home country, from the family, maybe Montreux can be the place to start.
Absolutely, absolutely. That's our smallest and what we call our boutique campus, because in contrast with Geneva, which is our city campus, where it's international organizations, UN banks, Montreux is, right beside the lake in Geneva, in a 19th century villa, and we don't allow more than 100 students on campus there. So as you mentioned, some families who, want a very safe, serene, quiet and nice environment for their students, for their children to study in, that's the campus we recommend, because there we also give really personalized attention. Very often, it's one professor to 3 to 5 students. So it's a very personalized attention given to the students. And we even have at the reception what we call sort of like a concierge type of service, which gives students, help students to really settle in, and even daily necessities like, what they need, where they should go to, where to go to on the weekend. We sort of give them that sort of personalized help as well. So it's really good for families demanding that type of, a bit like a boarding school attention, at the university level.
This is fantastic to hear this. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, I presume I will be personally in 2 weeks' time in Montreux, and I will visit the EU Business School. I went to visit them several times in my life, but I will go again, and I will try to arrange like a live workshop directly from Montreux when I will be there. So I will, this is a news that Lina was not aware about this, but I know this decision came out on the weekend because we feel that Switzerland is an excellent place to study, is a good place, a destination place. And so we work together with EU Business School and said, well, why not go directly there and do a live workshop and welcome all the agents from Asia, China, from the rest of the world to be part of this. So the date will be informed in the next 3-4 days. I will travel personally to Montreux with my staff. We will try to make as well a video when we are there. So, and we will try to interview some of the director who are at EU Business School, but I will arrange everything with Lina later on, tomorrow, after tomorrow, for my visit, and with Kenneth. Kenneth, in the meantime, we're reaching quite 50 agents. And as you know, I like to speak a lot because I know that the agents are warm up and they need to register inside in the portal. Please continue with your presentation.
Sure, Richard. No problem. Let me move on to some of the key reasons for us at EU Business School why students could find a match with us, and what sort of an education students can expect here. First of all, we are truly international in terms of the student body. More than 98% of our students come from more than 100 countries, and that explains why we are ranked #1 on the QS rankings for student diversity. So this is something which is really cool for students looking at a truly international environment. We also practice small class sizes across our campuses. So on average, each class is around 25 and not 200 or 300 in the lecture theater, so that, students get their personal attention they need in the class. Because we really believe that students learn not just by listening, but by participating, debates, presentations, asking questions. So we keep our class sizes at that level, around 25 on average, so that that type of learning is possible. We also really believe in experiential learning, and that means giving students, real cases, as well as, professors sharing with them what's really going on out there today and future trends, giving students the opportunity to go on company visits, getting guest speakers on campus so that they share and learn from the top business minds. So it's really learning beyond the classroom, learning not just based on theory, but based on what's really happening out there. It's really important to mention as well that all our programs are taught in English, because sometimes because of our locations, one of the first questions we get is, do our students need to know, German or French or Spanish? The answer is no, to come and learn, because we only have the English as the requirement that students need to prove. But having come to Europe and being in one of these European countries, we always encourage students to learn and pick up during their time here, because it's a golden opportunity to add another language, to your CV and to your personal life experience. That would be always great, both personally, socially, and professionally as well. So, for example, on Munich campus, we do offer free, beginner German lessons to all our international students coming, so that, you know, they adapt and pick up and learn that way. And so moving on, I just want to mention as well that, you know, we also have a faculty that has strong business experience, and that is in line with what we're trying to, you know, do in terms of our helping students to have a very pragmatic learning approach while here. So students are not just learning from professors who got a PhD, who has done a lot of research, but from those who have, you know, real current experience from large multinationals. Like, for example, in Switzerland, where we have our international relations program, quite a few of our professors and faculty are actually either still actively involved in the United Nations or consulting there, so that they know really what's going on in the international organizations and in the world of international relations. So that's really one of the key strengths that we offer to students, so that they really learn what is going on out there in the business world today.
Thank you, Kenneth. Thank you very much. History about EU Business School. Since how long is EU Business School existing, Kenneth?
We have been established since 1973.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this is a long story of the school, and it's important, you know, because today for us it's very important that when we send the students to a business school, that we can feel comfortable to send the students, and we know that they have a lot of experience. This is very important. I mean, Kenneth, you know how important is today the safety for the student, the security, etc. And this is why I ask you this question directly, since how long you are in the industry with EU Business School. It's very interesting to understand that the school has a very good mix of international students. Is this correct, Kenneth?
That is correct. What you see on the slide now is sort of a breakdown of, you know, our student body, and you will see that they come from, you know, all 5 continents, and a very good mix as well, and not one that is dominated by any single, you know, nationality. So as I mentioned, it's very common in your class of 25 to have, you know, at least like 12, 13 nationalities in one classroom. So students really get, you know, they get a truly international sort of classroom environment when they come to EU.
Very interesting. Please continue with the presentation, Kenneth. Thank you very much. Up to date.
Sure. So as you can see, there are many different kinds of rankings, but as mentioned, we are, you know, number 1 in terms of class and faculty diversity, and that was on the point on, you know, the student body and the diversity. We are ranked top 20 also for our online MBA, according to QS. And perhaps a more general ranking by QS rankings would be that we are in the top 50 of Europe and the top 150 around the world. As Richard has mentioned also, you know about the history and accreditation. This is really important for business schools as well, because there are, of course, a lot of, you know, like sort of small business schools that sprout out around the world that run business programs. But at EU, we have had a long history, and our programs are strongly accredited by, you know, top accrediting bodies like ACBSP, IACBE, which are internationally accredited accreditation bodies. And further to that, we also work with validating and accrediting partners, you know, large state universities like UCAM in Spain, Derby and London Met in the UK, as well as Dublin Business School, which enables our students to have access also to a wider range of majors and specializations and dual degree options with these accrediting partners.
What is very important in this case, Elena will confirm to me, is that the students, especially from China and from other countries where is requested, who need to apply for a visa, the University of Derby, the London Metropolitan University, is listed on the list from the government. So can you maybe explain me this, Lina? You know, we remember the last time we had the workshop, which you explained very carefully, because this is, I think, is very important to understand.
Yes, sure, Richard. Because for Chinese students, that's the always require the, especially for the bachelor students, the accreditation from the Ministry of Education in China. So we have our partner university, Derby, London Met, and Dublin Business School, and UCAM as well. The four of them are listed on the list of the MOE official website. So students with the official degree, Derby, London Met, and they can actually get accredited from Chinese government. So as in the previous slides, you can see there are also the accreditation samples from our students. Maybe Kenneth can go one slide up. So these yes, it's here. So we are showing to the all of you that our students get accredited degree from EU, but not all the program at EU are accredited. So I would like to receive all your questions or contacts if you have students interested in EU, so we can explain in details which program you should promote for the Chinese students.
Thank you, Lina.
Thank you, Richard.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Please, Kenneth.
Sure. I'll be moving on to the programs that we offer. And you see here that, we basically offer, the business programs from foundation and all the way up to bachelor, Masters, MBA, and DBA program. So there's a suitable level that you can find for, all your different types of clients. I will first talk about the bachelor programs. This is quite an important part of our offering. And at the core, our bachelor programs are 3-year long. Some are 6 semesters, some are 7 semesters, depending on the specializations and the dual degree options that students pick. But in general, this on the left side are the core EU programs that we offer. You will see that from the most classic, business administration and communication, PR. We also have other majors that serve more specific interests, like international relations, sports management, business finance, or even our latest in digital business design and innovation. So this is the core of the EU programs, and it's also important to mention that all students in the first year study the same courses. So that means students also have the opportunity to choose or switch their majors in the second and third year. So that's because in the second and third year, that's where they study the courses of their major. So sometimes students, they're not so sure what exactly they want to study until they have, had an experience of learning some courses. So that's really useful as well in the counseling with your students. If they are not too sure, I always ask them, you can always start with business administration, and following that, when you have done some courses, you can then make up your mind towards the end of the first year to settle on a major of your choice. If this isn't enough, we have further specializations, as I mentioned, offered in partnership with our accrediting partners. And this on the second column, you see more a wider variation of majors, stretching to enterprise, HR management, business technology, and even supply chain and logistics with University of Derby, and further on with Dublin Business School, our accredited partner as well, in areas like cloud computing and information systems. So this gives our students, a wide range of specializations and majors that they can choose from at the bachelor level. In case students do not have the requirements, like in English, or in some cases, the academic level where it does not meet with the direct entry requirements of the bachelor, we have our foundation program here, which is a 13-week foundation program, either in English or in the business bridging part, or the academic part, to prepare students so that they can be ready for the bachelor program.
What I noted, Kenneth, is that you have for the bachelor program, the intake in October, February, June, and August, which is very, very interesting. And the other one, they are in 2 intake. The question is about the foundation. So the foundation is September, February, and June. So people can start with the foundation, and then when they finish, move on to the bachelor directly?
Absolutely, and that's the thinking behind it. So the foundation is always, timed in a way where once they finish the foundation program, there's always a next intake at the bachelor level that they can go on to without wasting time.
What is the entry requirement for the foundation in Germany?
Well, for the foundation level, it's very similar to, the bachelor entry requirements, which is, high school graduation. For us, we need 2 recommendation letters and essay. In terms of language, it's really important to mention that at the bachelor level, it's IELTS 6.0. At the foundation level, it can be lower, but it needs to be a minimum of 5.0.
Okay, so this is why you have the business bridging program for the people who are not on the level, let's put it like this, not on the academic level. Is this
correct? That's correct.
Okay, fantastic. And what about if they don't have the English level as well? If they have like 4.5, can they enter and do the English program first, then the foundation?
Well, that's why we have the English Foundation and the Business Bridging Program both have a minimum requirement of 5.0, because the foundation program itself is pretty short. It's 1 semester over 13 weeks. So if the English level is far too low, it's just not possible, to bring that up. The other issue is that, for visa reasons, because we are, all our programs are in English, if the student's English level is too low, it doesn't help them in their visa application process as well.
Okay, thank you very much to inform me about this. I have to put this question so that everything is very, very clear during the presentation.
Sure. Absolutely. I love your questions. They're really good questions, which really helps to clarify everything. So thank you for that, Richard.
You're welcome, Kenneth.
Yeah. So if we are good with the bachelor, let's move on to the master's program. And you will see that at the master's level, similarly, we have a very interesting range of majors that are on offer. You see from management, marketing, finance, the classic master's majors, to the more innovative ones that we offer as well in digital business, fashion and luxury business, digital transformation, business analytics, data science, and so on. So this is really a nice range of specializations that are on offer. One of the first questions you might ask would be, what's the difference between Masters and MBA? Okay, and both of them are 1 year long at EU Business School. However, the Master's program is really focused on the specialization that you choose throughout that whole year. So in 1 year, you study 3 terms. Say, for example, you pick fashion and luxury business. That's what you're going to be studying throughout the year, fashion and luxury business. So it's focused on that specialization, whereas the MBA program is a general business management program where out of 3 terms of study, 2 terms are your core MBA modules, which helps you become a business manager. It's really general business learning, plus 1 term where you study your specialization. So the master's program is actually very, very flexible and at a great price point for many students in Asia, whether it is students who have just graduated from their bachelor and realize, oh, I didn't choose what I wanted to study at bachelor. I want to change to something else, which can help me find a better job. Or for some people who have worked a few years in a field, nursing, language teaching, but realize, hey, I really want to go into digital business today. So this master's program is excellent for giving students that opportunity to really jump into specialization in business, even if they do not have prior business experience or prior business bachelor degree. So it's really flexible. And it also happens at an excellent price point of 13,800, which makes it very affordable for a 1 year program to jump into. And like I say, for example, the Munich campus, to do 1 year specialization on Munich campus, for example, and then get that 1.5 year stay back job seeker visa. So this package makes it really attractive and nice. And that we have just started to offer that on Munich campus since last year, and it's become very popular as well. For the MBAs, you will see, as I mentioned just now, it's also 1 year and over 3 terms. But in the third term, as I mentioned, students not only do they graduate with the MBA, they have the opportunity to do the specialization that they're interested in. And you see a very interesting range again of, well, the classic majors like global banking and finance, international business and marketing, but also, you know, in blockchain management, design management, digital business. On the right, you see cloud computing, project management as well.
What is the gap, minimum gap that people have to, when they come to EU Business School? You know, because, for example, I make an example with the UK. If the student is out of more than 4 or 5 years, he cannot do a bachelor in the UK, okay? Very difficult that he will get admitted. And if he's out of 5 years, forget it, nothing, zero. What about at EU Business School? Let's say I'm 35 years old and I say, okay, I want to do a master, and I want to change my bachelor, I want to change my life. I'm 33 years old, I want to do a new bachelor. Can I do this?
There are slight differences in the campuses. Maybe I can let Lina speak for Barcelona campus first, and then I can speak for Swiss and German campus.
Thank you very much. Lina, you have to unmute yourself. You are on mute modality at the moment.
Yes.
Modality, maybe. Okay.
Yeah.
Hello.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Problem,
Yes.
problem.
Sorry. Yes. Richard, what was the question?
Yeah, the question is, I'll make an example at the United Kingdom. United Kingdom, if you finish your high school and if you don't do anything after that, and it passed maybe 4 or 5 years, you cannot start in the UK to do a bachelor program because the gap is too long. So this is a big problem. So many students are not accepted in the UK because they have too big a gap in between when they finish the high school and they start the bachelor, or as well when they finish the bachelor and they want to start the master. How is the situation in Spain?
Well, yeah, we do have cases coming from China. They already graduated from high school and then they did a gap year for 2-3 years, and then they come back to do again the bachelor degree in Spain, and we accepted the student without any problem.
Okay.
Yes. And there are also students graduated from high school and they never pursue for a bachelor degree, and they maybe work for more than 5 or 10 years, and then they want to come back to do a master degree. Then we have the executive, like listed before that, executive Bba program can allow them to bridge between a high school and EU MBA program.
Okay, fine. Then it's okay. Then this is a very big advantage, ladies and gentlemen. If you choose to study at EU Business School, especially in Spain now, as Lina explained, there is no gap, and this is a very important point to consider when you have a student who is a bit older than you know, is not 19 or 20 or 21, and he want to choose a new life, or they want to do a bachelor program. Then this can be a very good strategy to inform the students to move to Spain, because there is no minimum gap. Is this correct, Lina?
तो फिर हम जो है आगे आपको इसका जो होता है वीजा प्रोसेस, वीजा फाइलिंग वगैरह सब उसमें करवाते हैं. ठीक है?
Yes, Richard. Yes, you summarized it correctly.
बाद में total 1000 है, क्योंकि पहला जो 500 है सारी आपको जो है टॉप रैंक यूनिवर्सिटीज में अप्लाई करने के लिए हम लोग वो सारा एप्लीकेशन DHL वगैरह.
Okay, so let me start again here, Kenneth.
Yes, Richard. Yeah.
It would be kind if everyone remain on the mute modality during the presentation, because it can happen logically that the goes on. This has happened to me many times, so I'm not perfect either. But please try to remain on mute modality. Kenneth, let's continue with the presentation. Let's move on, because it's getting very interesting. So we want to start to know what is the business, how much money we can make as an agent, what is the commission. This is why we are here. Oh no, Mrs. Chen, you agree with me?
So Richard, Richard, I just want to make one final point before I think Ahua goes to talk about the commissions. You mentioned, you brought up the point about, age gap for the high school to bachelor level. And I think at the Masters and MBA level, there's also a similar point because sometimes there are more mature applicants in their 30s or 40s wondering if they will be able to apply, get admitted, and get the visa also to some of our countries. I must say that, these in Switzerland, once students are, 30 plus, it becomes quite difficult to apply for masters. But for students in their 30s and even 40s applying to masters and MBA, we have seen that the German campus and German visa has no issues with mature learners. So we have had, students in their 40s who have come for our masters and MBA program with no problem. So I just want to mention that because I think that's one of the common questions sometimes we get from our agents and partners as well in this regard.
Yeah. Correct. Thank you. Thank you very much. So who will continue with EU Business School? Will be Mrs. Chen? Will be Lina?
Yes, Ahua will be.
Yeah. Thank you, Kenneth. Well, I think Lina wants to add something, right?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. I just find out. I think my chat is disabled. I don't know if it's only for me or for everyone. That's why there's no chat coming in the chatting box. Maybe Richard, you can enable it again.
Yeah. Let me see here. I can see that it was someone who. It was like a technical problem about 10 minutes ago, and I know. We try to see what was the problem, but we cannot find it at the moment. Okay, you can continue. We try to solve this issue. Never happened before that the chat was. You continue with the presentation. We will try to solve this issue.
Okay. Thank you, Richard.
Okay. Thank you, Richard. Thank you, Kenneth. I will continue with the presentation and talk about the tuition fee and the commissions. So basically, as my colleague Kenneth mentioned before, that we have the different tuition fee in different campus. When the student is studying in this campus, this semester or this term, the student pays the tuition fee of this campus. And so basically we have two kind of tuition fee. One, it's for Switzerland. It will be, of course, more expensive because you know that in Switzerland, everything is just more expensive. But we also have in Barcelona, in Munich, and in online campus, they are much more affordable. For example, the foundation program, as you have seen before, we have two kind of foundation programs, the English foundation and the business bridging program. These two kind of foundation programs, they have the price. In Switzerland, the English foundation program is 7,300 Swiss franc. And in Germany, in Spain, and online campus, it's just 4,900 euros. This is the price for the whole program because this program is only a one semester program. It only lasts for 13 weeks. It's a one semester program. And the business bridging program, the tuition fee will be same as the bachelor program. So both the business bridging program and bachelor program, the tuition fee per semester in Switzerland will be 13,800 Swiss franc. And the business bridging program is only one semester, and the bachelor program, it normally has 6 to 7 semesters, and it can be finished in 3 years. So in 1 year, if you do 2 semesters in Switzerland, the tuition fee for the whole year, for the bachelor for the whole year, will be 27,600 Swiss franc, which more or less, I will talk in RMB, which more or less will be 190,000 RMB. So if you compare this with like traditional English-speaking countries, destinations, the popular destinations, it will be more or less the same. Switzerland is expensive, but it's not more expensive than traditional English-speaking destinations like UK or USA. It's not expensive. And on the other hand, if you come to Germany, Spain, or online campus, the tuition fee for the bachelor program will be 6,450 per semester, and for the whole year will be 12,900 euros for the whole year, which is more or less 100,000 RMB it's very affordable to most of the, well, I'm from China, so I will say for the Chinese family, it's very affordable. It's affordable for almost all the families. And for the master program, it will be more or less the same as the bachelor program. It's just a bit higher. It's more or less the same as a bachelor program. And for the MBA, it will be more expensive. It will be a bit more expensive for the Switzerland. The whole program for the MBA, for the whole year program, will be 37,800 Swiss francs, which is more or less 260,000 RMB, yuanes, RMB. And for in Germany and Spain and online in Germany and Spain, it will be 20,000 euros. 20,800 euros. Well, compared with other schools, our other business schools, I will say our tuition fee, it's still very competitive. It's not very high. And especially considering the return of investment that I will explain later, that our student, the graduate student, the average salary of the student, it's very high. So it's a very high return of investment if you come here to do an MBA with us. So basically, this is a tuition fee, more or less like this. And we also pay a very generous commission to our partners, to the agents. We pay an escalated commission. It's from 10% to 25%, depends on the yearly students you send us. For example, if you send us 1 or 2 students, you will have 10% of the commission. But if it's 3 students, it will jump from 10% to 15%. And if it's more than 10 students, it will jump from 15% to 20%. And if it's more than 20 students, it will be 25% plus a bonus. This bonus will be more, it's also escalated. For example, 3 students will be 1,000 euros. 5 students will be 5 students will be 3,000 euros, etc. It's also escalated bonus.
Thank you very much. I mean, what is very important, ladies and gentlemen, is that the tuition fee that is mentioned here, if we compare this with the United States, UK, or even Canada, I mean, it's much lower, because I'm dealing every day with university from these 3 countries, and the tuition fee in English pounds for a bachelor is around 50,000, 60,000, 70,000 pounds. Just to give you an idea, this is only for the standard bachelor program. If you go to the master, it goes sometimes from 80,000 pounds to 29,000 pounds. So it's a little bit a big difference, and this is in the UK. If you go to the US, as you know, Lina and Mrs. Chen and Kenneth, the price go around $45,000 per year. There is absolutely no discussion, even more. And this is the trend now on the price. It was a very big increase as well in Australia. So I mean, we don't have to look only into the price, but as well into the living cost. I mean, living in Spain, for example, I went several times of my life in Spain, but the living cost is very, very low, as well the housing. And this is a very important part. In Switzerland, yes, is a little more expensive than in Germany and in Spain. But as Mrs. Chen mentioned, if someone will do an internship, or he will get a job after the master, or sorry, after the MBA, then the salary is very high compared to other countries in Europe. So this is a very interesting win-win. I have a question. When a student book into EU Business School, how much is the minimum deposit that he has to pay for a bachelor program or a master program, Mrs. Chen?
Yeah, the deposit for different program and different campus will be different. For example, if it's a bachelor program, the deposit, it will be 2,000 euros or 4,000 Swiss franc, depends on the campus. And if it's a master and MBA, it will be 3,000 euros or Swiss franc in different campus.
Mm-hmm. Then we have a request. What is the living cost in Switzerland per year? I will put it like this one. if you have a student who want to go to Switzerland, usually he need to provide like a bank guarantee of around 30,000 Swiss franc. Correct me if I'm wrong, Mrs. Chen, but this is the standard way if someone want to enter to Switzerland, because if we have to calculate the cost of the bachelor, on top of that, we have to calculate the housing cost and the living cost. We have to calculate around 30,000 Swiss franc. So every student who want to enter in Switzerland, they need to provide like a bank guarantee of 30,000 Swiss franc under the name of the students, not under the name of the cousin, the uncle, the auntie, or the agency, but under the name of the students. It's very, very important to follow these details. But I presume Mrs. Chen, Kenneth and Lina will, in a second stage, when they will do a follow-up with you, they will send you these details so you can have everything in detail to follow up with your network of students. Please, Mrs. Chen.
Yes, okay. And I will continue with the presentation. Maybe as someone is asking, I have seen in the chat, someone is asking about the accommodation. Maybe Candice, you can go to the page of the EU service accommodation, and we can talk about this now. Thank you. Yes, here you can have some idea of how much will be the living cost. For example, in Barcelona, the student residence will be more or less 800 euros per month, but this is more expensive because not all the students, they choose to live in the student residence. The student residence, they always have for example, they have gym, they have swimming pool, they have a studio, you can have yourself a small chicken and toilet, but I will say this is not the choice of everyone. If you concern a lot about the living cost, there will be a much economic option for you is to share the flat with your classmate or with your friend. If you choose to live in the shared flat, the cost of the accommodation will be much lower, from I will say 400 or 500 euros per month. It will be the cost of accommodation if you share the flat with a classmate or with your friends or your classmates. And the living cost per month included with accommodation included will be around 900 to 1,200 euros. But of course, this is just the basic living cost. It doesn't include if you want to travel around Europe, which is very normal for almost all the students who study in Europe. You can travel around Europe very easily. So this price doesn't include the travel, it's just the basic living cost. And also in Switzerland, it will be more expensive if you choose to live in the student residence. The price can be 1,600 to 1,900 Swiss franc per month, but of course the same as in Barcelona or in Germany. If you choose to live in a shared flat with your friend, the cost will be much lower. So it all depends on your lifestyle. You can have, if you consider a lot about the cost, you can really reduce your budget, both in Switzerland, in Barcelona, and in Munich. I hope this replied the question that we have in the chat.
Yes, absolutely. Maybe we have some new agent who just joined us and he asked us about the entry requirement one more time for IELTS, just one more time.
Yeah, okay. If it's only asked about the IELTS, for the foundation program, it's 5.0. For the bachelor program, it's 6.0. For the master and MB program, it's 6.5. This is an English requirement. And we also accept Duolingo. Okay, and thank you, Candice. And maybe next page, I will talk very fast about the opportunities abroad. We have the network around the world, not just in Europe, but also in United States, in America, in Mexico, in Thailand, etc. We have a network around the world. The students can do exchange program in other universities. And also we have a very, I will say, a lot of flexibilities. These flexibilities is not just about the campus transfer, like Kenny's mentioned before. Students can transfer from one campus to another campus, and they can also transfer from online to on campus or in a hybrid model. And also we have the flexibility of intakes. Like Richard, you have asked before, we have different intakes. Students can start in full intake. Normally it's the end of September. They can start in spring intake. Normally it's in January. And for the bachelor program, some programs they can start in summer intake. And for the master program, they can also start in the March intake, which will be more or less at the end of March. So we have a very flexible starting date for the students. They don't need to wait another year for the application, for the visa application, etc. If they want to start, if they want to study, they can start now. They can start now and choose the closest intake to start their study instead of waiting to next year.
Mrs. Chen, I have a direct question. So if you can go back. On the left side, we have the student modality, on campus, online, and hybrid. Now changing the world of education, how to study, etc., etc. And sometimes it's complicated to understand. Okay, on campus, everything is clear. You study in Barcelona, Munich, Montreux, and Geneva. Online, it's clear they study online. What is the difference between the hybrid and the online? Can you explain this in a very short sentence?
Okay, for example, online is because we have an online campus. If you choose to study online, the students, you will study like 100% online. You can study in China, in India, in your home country. But the hybrid model is more for the students. Can you hear me? I think I'm frozen.
Yes, we can hear you very well.
Okay, because I can see in my camera, I'm a bit frozen. But the hybrid model is more for the students who are already here in Europe. And because of the COVID, sometimes students have some restrictions, or sometimes they feel unwell. These students, they can stay in their residence and follow the classes online. And when they are able to come on campus, they can join us on campus.
Okay. So that means the hybrid is they can study on residence if maybe they're not feeling well or if they have something else to do. And they can part-time on campus. So, okay, I got the point.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Please.
And we can go to next page. Okay, so there is I have seen that there are questions pop out. Maybe my colleague Lena, you can answer the questions in the chat. So next page, we will talk about the Learning from Leaders. It's an event that we arrange every year, every month, and we are very proud of that. We invite a lot of high-profile leaders from major organizations around the world. For example, you can see here we have the chairman of Nestle, we have the co-founder of Starbucks, we have the CEO of Doha Bank, etc. We invite these high-profile leaders to give talks about leadership, about how it takes to succeed, and how to stay ahead in the industry, and how to adapt the changing global market in the business world. So the students, they can at EU Business School, the students, they don't just learn from the book, from the textbook, but it's the most important thing is they really learn from the real leaders, from the industry, from the business industry. This is something I think it's quite unique, and we are very proud of.
Mrs. Chen, one more question came in as well the last time. How an agent can start to work with EU Business School? Do they need to sign up an agreement? It will be a due diligence. Do they have to arrange a Zoom meeting with you? How it works? Can you please explain us?
Yes, the agent, we work with the agent, and we need to sign an agreement with the agent. We sign the agreement with agent, and we also do the Zoom meeting, because now we cannot travel to China, but we can have the Zoom or Teams or whatever, have the online meetings, and we do the training to the agent. We answer all the questions that the agents have, and we also ship the materials, the promotional materials and the digital materials. We share these materials to the agent. And also, if the agent have any questions or have any student that's kind of special cases, I will say, they can always talk to us by WeChat, by email, and we will answer the first time in the morning when we start to work.
I have a question that came out, especially since 1 year in many of my workshops. What happens if an agent has an agreement with you and the agents want to organize an online fair with students and parents? Would happen many times. Will your school be able to assist the agents and maybe be there for half an hour, 40 minutes and assist the parents with all the questions to support the agents? Let's put it like this one.
Yeah, that's not problem at all, and we are very happy to do that. We don't just participate in the fairs. Sometimes the agents arrange fairs, and we participate in the fairs, the webinars, etc. But we are also very happy to arrange this kind of even one-to-one info session with the agent and the parents. For example, if the agent has a prospective student and they want to have a one-to-one session with us, we can arrange this for the student, for the agents.
When you have your next open day, I mean, this is a very important point now because we're reaching March, April, and as you know, many business schools around the world start to preparing this open day webinar where the agents and parents and students can be part. Do you have already plans on open day in March, April, or not yet?
Yes, actually, we have, I think, Candice, you can correct me if I'm wrong. We actually have a kind of open day or info session for Geneva campus today. And we arrange this kind of webinar or online open day every month. And so
today is the open day of Geneva.
It's Geneva. It's an info session. I would say it's more like an info session for Geneva. And because now these 2 years, because of the COVID, we arrange a lot of online virtual open day. But of course, if the students and the parents, for example, they are already in Europe and they want to visit our campus, we will be very happy to welcome them and to take them for a campus tour to explain everything in person.
A question, what time start the open day in Geneva today?
Today it will start at 2 o'clock in the Central European time.
So we have another 4 hours
2 p.m.
from now. Is this possible? Because, you know, when I'm finished the workshop, I will send you straight away the list of all the agents who attend. Is it possible to send them a short email with the information to register for the open day today? Because
sure.
if someone is interested, then they should take advantage of the situation immediately.
Sure. We can send this.
Okay.
We will share the information.
Fantastic. Okay, when we finish, I will just send you the list without any follow-up to you, Mrs. Chen, and to Lina.
Mm-hmm.
And so you can move forward this with the open day of Geneva today. So ladies and gentlemen, this is a great opportunity. If you have some students or if you want to be part and understand more, you will be directly live in Geneva, Switzerland today, 2 o'clock Swiss time, which is 1 o'clock UK time, which I presume is around 9 o'clock China time. I don't know all the time in the rest of the world, but just to give you an idea. And this is very, very interesting. Let's move forward, Mrs. Chen, with the presentation.
Okay, let's move forward. Okay, to the next page, it's about the student activities. So basically, just I want to show you that at EU Business School, students is not just a study, but they really have fun together. They can make friends and connect with new classmates in a lot of ways, in a lot of activities. For example, sports, it's very important. We arrange a lot of sports activities for the students. And also like parties, we actually arrange parties for the students. The welcome parties, they can really easy to make friends, to make new friends in a new place, because you know that the bachelor students, the master students, they are young people. They are around 20 years old, 18 years old, or 22 years old. They are very young people and they like to attend this kind of activities, and it's not the same to make friends in a party or in a sports than in the classroom. It's not the same. So also we arrange not just the sports, not just the parties, but also we, for example, when the students arrive here in the campus, we arrange walking tours, and during the weekend we arrange small trips for the students. So you can imagine that students can really have fun together here at EU Business School. And the next page, yes, it's about the visa service. So at EU Business School, we have a visa department, and we will help the student and the agent regarding the visa applications. For example, when the student is finally enrolled, we will ship out all the documents, all the hard copies to the agent or to the student directly. It depends on the agent. And we also will provide the list of the visa documents that you need to prepare. And if during this visa application, if the agent or the student has any questions, they can always come to us and ask us, and we will help you with visa applications. So it's for the agents. For example, if you don't have any experience with a visa application in Germany or in Spain or in Switzerland, you don't need to worry about it at all. EU will provide you this support, and we will answer all your questions.
Mrs. Chen, what about promotional material? I mean, now everything is go online and virtual, and is your school able to provide some brochure directly to the agents, so they don't have to prepare their own brochure and they can use your brochure? So like with a neutral, you know, with not too many address of the school directly, because we all know that the agent is doing a great work and speaking to the students, to the families, to have a little bit of control of, you know, the application process. Do you offer any brochure? Do you have maybe a brochure available that you can show us that you send out to agents where they can use it?
Sure. Actually, we have a lot of different kind of brochures. If you want to have a short one for just a one page, or a flyer or one page for the general information, we have. And if you want to have a very detailed information, we also have like a small book or an agent handbook with very detailed information. And all these materials, they are both in digital or printed. If you, for example, some agents, they only want digital materials, we can share the digital one. But if you want something printed, we can also send this from our office to your office, so you can share with the parents and the students. If you want, I think maybe my colleague Lena, she can share some examples of these brochures or the flyers we have, and we also have it in different language. You can ask if you want in Chinese, or in English, in French, etc. We have these brochures printed in different language.
Yes, correct. I will share shortly. Let me find it, the link from our official website where you can download the brochures in different languages, and you can also find it in your local language as well.
Oh, you can, if you have this on your website, maybe you can share the website, you can show how to do it.
Yeah, leave me some minutes. I will try to find it. Thank you, Richard.
Fantastic, fantastic. Yes, Kenneth, thank you very much. I mean, it's always nice. Kenneth, you're original from Vietnam, is this correct?
No, I'm from Singapore originally.
Singapore, sorry, because we have
no problem
from Vietnam here today. So I was that maybe you speak Vietnamese.
Unfortunately, I don't.
Singapore, one of the most beautiful countries in the world.
Thank you. I can't complain.
I mean, because Singapore is very nice, by the way. So I invite everyone, if you have opportunity one day, just go to Singapore. It's a fantastic country, very nice hotels, a nice place for food as well. You know, we have to change it a bit. Now we speak since about 1 hour about EU Business School, but remember as well, Switzerland, Spain, and Germany is not only about education. I mean, living in Spain is fantastic. The food is excellent. For young students who like the nightlife, let's put like this one, Barcelona is unique, but not only for nightlife, as well for art, for culture. it's very, very interesting. Switzerland, not because I'm Swiss, but if someone like to do some sport activity like winter activity sport, like skiing, etc., but not only for this one, as well for other activity. Switzerland is a very nice place, is a very safe place, by the way, and is in the heart of Europe. So you can easily travel from one place to the other with 1 hour flight. Munich is, we call this the city of business in Germany, and is a great place as well to finish and to do an internship, because there is a lot of work in Germany at the moment. It's a big demanding for work. So I really suggest many students, if they finish in Germany, they will do a very good choice. Mrs. Chen, you can continue.
Okay, I think before continue, I think Lina want to say something, right?
Lina, you have to unmute yourself.
Oh, sorry for that. Yeah, I just found the brochure in our official website. So if you allow me, I can share the, let me try to share my screen. Yes, here. Yeah. Okay, can you see my screen?
No.
Not yet.
Not yet. We can, it's dark at the moment.
Okay.
I noted that you put some information on the chat system, which is very, very interesting. So if someone wants to download, if you go on the chat system from Zoom, you can see that there are already some information. No, Lina, we cannot see your screen. Doesn't matter. I mean, you put this on the chat system, and this is a very, very good. Okay, here we are.
Oh, okay, here we are. Yes, so I am now in our official website. I think we have several exciting news first in the front page, so you can see what's happening recently at EU. And if you go to prospective students, and then you can find many information about admissions, tuition fee, career services, and then you can find brochures here. So if you click on brochures, so you can download our material, the written material in different campuses about the program, and EU overviews in different language, in English, in French, in Spanish, and I think we also have other language in Portuguese, I believe so. Let me move. Yes, in Arabic, in Russian, in Chinese, in Portuguese. Yes, so there are many materials here. And if you require any other specific material, we're more than happy to provide you assistance for that. Thank you.
Thank you, Lina. This was very, very helpful. Really, this is very, very helpful. I think please remain on mute modality. I can see that someone is on the phone at the moment. Please put yourself on mute modality, and we continue with Mrs. Chen. Okay, Mrs. Chen, please reactivate your, I had to unmute.
Sorry, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you very well.
Okay, well, I will continue with the presentation, and it will be the last part. It's a career service, which we are also very proud of. We have the career service department that provides the student a lot of assistance, a lot of help, and we have a very high placement rate. It's 96%, the students who are successfully found their job after 6 months, within 6 months after graduation. So it's actually a very high placement rate, and we are very proud of that. And why do we have a very high placement rate? It's because our career service department offer a lot of help and advice to the students. This kind of help and advice is not just limited to the, for example, one-to-one basis and in-group sessions to tell the students how to prepare for the internship, for the interview, for the CV, for the cover letter, etc. And we also help the students to do their CV, to do their interview, to prepare the interview. This is extremely important for the young students who find their first job. It's very important. And we also arrange a lot of company visits. We arrange career fair every year. We invite a lot of local companies or international companies to visit our school and to participate in our career fair and post their job opportunities and internship opportunities. Here, I think it's a typo. It says 283 job opportunities posted last year, but it's actually 308 and 80. It's almost 400 job opportunities posted last year. This includes job opportunities and internship opportunities. So we provide a lot of job opportunities and internship opportunities to our students, and we can have a very high placement rate after the graduation. And in the next page, we can see which are the companies that our students are working in. For example, you can see Amazon, you can see BMW, you can see PwC, and there are a lot of also not just the big international companies, but also also international organizations. We also have a lot of students working in the international organizations. This is also especially for the students who study in Geneva, because you know that Geneva is the headquarters of many international organizations, so they can have these opportunities for the internship or for the job opportunities.
I presume that Kenneth did the internship by Rolex. Kenneth, I'm correct, you did the internship by Rolex.
I wish. Well.
No, I think this is very important. In Switzerland, you have a lot of opportunity. I mean, if you study at EU Business School, you know, Switzerland is the heart of top big company. I just mentioned Rolex. I can mention Nestle, that many of you know. I can mention FIFA. One of my best friends is working on FIFA on one of the top positions. WEBA. Everything is here in Switzerland. So if you really have some interesting student that you think they want to go in this direction, then if they want to find a very good job opportunity with a high salary, then study at EU Business School, especially in Geneva in this case. This can be a very big challenge for them, not to miss it, because this is quite unique. Switzerland is a small country, but we have this opportunity. And when I personally go and visit the business school, especially the EU Business School in Geneva and as well in Montreux, I noted that when I speak to students, they study in this big company, and they do internship in this big company. And this is a win-win for you as an agent. So when you speak to the parents, when you speak to students who show interest to study in a business school, it can be a little bit expensive in Switzerland. I understand this, but let's say what come back after this, the return of investment is much more higher. Correct, Mrs. Chen?
Yes, thank you, Richard. Yes, that's correct. And as Richard mentioned, in Geneva campus, especially in Geneva campus, there are a lot of opportunities in these kind of big international organizations, not just the United Nations, but also, for example, the World Bank, the World Health Organizations, the World Economic Forum, etc. You can name it. We have a lot of students, actually, they have already these opportunities doing internship or job opportunities there in this kind of very high profile organizations and big international companies. And in the next page, it's some facts about our alumni. We have alumni around the world. I think our network of alumni is more than 27,000 numbers of alumni around the world, and they are from 162 nationalities, and 20 of them are CEOs. So they are really entrepreneurs. 20 of them are CEOs, and 31 of them are entrepreneurs, and 20 of them are working the family business, and 54% of them are women. So this is some facts about our alumni. And here you can also see where they work in the top companies and top international organizations. And in the next page, it's about our, well, this is our alumni of the fact of our bachelor students, the graduated bachelor students. You can also see they have a very high replacement rate after graduation. And by function, you can see what they are working. For example, some of them, they are working in the consulting, some of them, they are working in project management, in finance, in marketing, because as you know, if you study in a business school, you can actually have a very wide range of choice when you are applying for the job. And you can also see in which industry our students are working in. They are working in marketing, in IT, in fashion and beauty, in, for example, in hospitality and sports, etc. So basically, you can have a very wide range of choices. This is about our basically, it's about our career service and the students. So after the graduation, where they go.
Thank you, Mrs. Chen. Thank you, Lina, and thank you, Kenneth. I think you give a very interesting presentation. And I really want to invite all the agents, if some of you have time today in the afternoon, is the open day of EU Business School in Geneva. And shortly, Mrs. Chen or Mrs. Lina will send an email to all of you with the details, so you can go directly and have a look at what happened at the EU Business School live today. I mean, this can be a great opportunity. On top of that, you will receive as well a follow-up email with additional information in order to schedule a one-to-one meeting with one of the three people with us today, and to finalizing an agreement with EU Business School. We have to remember that the commission will go up to 25% commission plus bonus. Students will be able to study in 3 different countries, Switzerland, Germany, and Spain. They can move from one place to another place. They have the post-study work visa program, like he mentioned, Kenneth, before, in Germany, even in Switzerland for 6 months, and even in Spain. And the tuition fee is compared to the UK, United States, and Canada, Australia, lower. The living cost is very interesting, especially in Spain at the moment, because the living cost in Spain is much lower than the rest of Europe, Western Europe. Let's put it like this one. But Switzerland gives the opportunity to do some excellent internship in top company, while Germany is the place to finish with an MBA, so they can do a great internship. So there is a lot of possibility you can look into this. I think that Mrs. Chen and Lina put the WeChat on contact details on the chat system, and as well the email, logically, so you are able to contact them by email. As you can see here, there is an email from Kenneth on the left side, from Mrs. Chen in the middle, and from Lina on the right side. It's very simple. They are 3 excellent people. I talk to them all the time, especially to Lina, and they are looking forward to cooperate with you. And you will have my assistant. And like I say, I will be in Montreux in the next 2-3 weeks. I will then discuss this with Lina in the next couple of days when I will go there, because it will be interesting as well that you will see me live there, and maybe I have the opportunity to interview some of the students or some of the teacher, you know, that you can really feel the school, the heart of the school inside, because I think this is a very important point as well. And you can always record this and you can show this to the students and to the parents. So, ladies and gentlemen, EU Business School is a very good business school that I really suggest everyone to consider. Lina, if you want to finalize something, please.
Thank you, Richard. Yes, thank you for organizing today's event, and also those questions and the interactions in the chat. And these are excellent. And for EU Business School, we are specialized in educating the students in the business area. So we are designing the curriculum in a way to help the students understand better the business world, and also with practice in real business connections and networking with those people, and pave their path to the high-level management of a company or being an entrepreneur in the future. So I would highly recommend EU if the students wants to go to the path of doing business themselves or being a high-level management in the future. Thank you very much. And I'll pass to Kenneth and Anhua if you would like to share any of your comments.
Well, thank you, Lina, and thank you, Richard, very much. Thank you very much, Richard, and for all the questions and organize this event. And just as Lina mentioned, we really recommend our school, and also we will be here to help you, to help the agent. If you have any questions, just come to us and we will answer you the first time.
Thank you. Kenneth, we leave you always for the end. You know, we are gentlemen, so
yeah, ladies first.
The final word.
Ladies first, and nothing to add. Just a word to the partners in Southeast Asia, Japan, Korea, or Taiwan. Always happy to support you. Drop me a note. We will reach out to you with a follow-up email, and we can always talk more if you are interested. And Richard, we look forward to welcoming you really soon on Montreux campus. You will love it. I'm sure you'll love the views and the amazing scenery and surroundings there. But most of all, I'm sure Lina will make sure that you it's all well arranged so that you can get to meet whoever you wish to when you're here.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Kenneth. Thank you. I want to say thank you to all of you. Lina, if you can give me the screen back, it will be kind of you. Voila, here we go. So thank you to EU Business School, ladies and gentlemen. Today is the workshop focused on EU Business School. But on top of that, I just want to inform all of you that we have standing workshop every week. And every week we are welcome some new business school or university and college. I want to share my screen for a second. And let me go here. I want to show you one new entry, and it's directly from Italy, the University of Cusano, which I will show you the video. 1 second.